2 years ago, we were interviewing candidates for a regional sales position that we had. And we like to interview candidates a number of times in a number of different settings. It's important to make sure that you have the right fit, a winning combination that is successful for you as a company, but also an opportunity where the candidate can win themselves for their lives and for their careers. Well, the woman that rose to the top in our interviews really stood out to us for two things. One, she clearly communicated to us in the interview process that she had a strong desire to learn and grow and improve in her career and in her life. She had a growth mindset, and that was attractive to us. And then secondly, she shared a desire, a heartfelt desire that she had to better herself and provide a better life for her family. And those two things combined was her vision of what she wanted. Now, when you lead like a coach, we've talked about this before, lead is L-E-A-D, the L is to look ahead, to have a vision for where you want to go. And as leaders, it's critical that we understand the vision for those that we lead. What is it they want? Where do they want to go in their future? And that was an attractive factor for us as we hired this young lady. Well, she was only on the job for about a week, and she asked a really perceptive question of me. She said, "What is one or two things that I can do in the first 90 days to help me be even more successful in this job?" And that allowed us to lay out a couple things that she could be really focusing on, really narrow her focus in her first 3 months on the job. And that is a part of the E in lead, to equip and empower those that we lead so that they, A, can take action and that there can be accountability that comes through the coaching process that a leader has with those that he leads. So for her, she had a couple of factors to really focus on right away, and boy, did she ever. Well, I'm proud to say that after 2 years, as she headed into her second year, I asked her what her goal was for 2020. And she said it was to have sales in excess of $1 million. And that's quite an accomplishment, especially for someone who's only been on the job for 2 years, and especially in the midst of a pandemic. And yet, this young lady followed her plan with a vision in front of her where she wanted to go in her career and her life. She was equipped and empowered to do her work, and she worked really hard. She took action and worked diligently and followed that plan. And I'm happy to report a couple weeks ago, her sales total exceeded $1 million, and she continues to move even further beyond that figure as we enter the last month here in 2020. Well, as you know, I was a college basketball coach for almost 30 years. And a lot of times people would say, as happens so many times in the coaching profession, either players or their parents would say, well, coach just plays favorites. And you know what? I did play favorites. You know who are my favorites? The people who had a vision of where they wanted to go. And they wanted to be equipped and empowered to be the best competitors that they could be, to strive for success. And then they took action and they worked really hard. And that's what this young lady has done in our business. And so as leaders, I want to encourage you, understand where your people are, but where they want to go, and then equip them and empower them to take action on a daily basis to strive for excellence. And what will happen is, if that's what all of your people are doing, then you'll develop the D, which is develop a dynasty, and you'll have sustained excellence over time.